Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Students, today our major topic in this video lecture is cost estimation and effort estimation. But I'll cover a bit quickly this agile planning thing because we'll be covering this in detail in the month of May. We'll have a detailed sessions on how the agile process goes. So I'll in 2 to 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I'll cover this agile planning thing, and then we'll move to cost and effort estimation of the project. Agile planning is different from plant-driven approaches because the functionality of the increments is not planned in advance; it is decided during the development. Because again, we in agile process we have previously discussed that we are always ready to adopt the change. So decisions over the increments, it depends upon the customer priorities and the change in the customer requirements. So therefore, we do not plan things for a long duration. We plan for a week or 2 week or 3 week or at max for a 4 week sprint cycle. We plan things. So it is a planning which is continuously going on throughout the project development process. So there are two types of planning or two planning stages in Agile, and these planning stages repeat again and again or throughout the process of the project or product development. Release planning is which looks ahead for several months and decides on the features that should be included in the release of a system. Actually, this is what we say deliverable. When we decide how much we have to deliver, on the basis of that, we plan the we say we plan this release. Okay, how much of the stories or how much of the features are going to be delivered after a specific time period. So this is release planning. How much we will deliver and after how many, after what time span, after 2 weeks, after 4 weeks. So there is a release plan. This is deliverable. When we will deliver a working piece of software, when we will deliver something to the customer or client, and what things will be covered in that. Uh, Coming towards the iteration planning, this is what about we decide for the team itself. We will be covering this fixed set of features or fixed set of uh, functionalities or user stories in a specific time period. If, for example, in case of Scrum, the sprint cycle is decided for 2 weeks or 4 weeks. So we decide in 2 weeks or in 4 weeks uh, what number of user stories we will be covering. So iteration planning is a shorter one than the release planning. A release may have multiple iterations within it, or it may be possible at the end of each iteration we are going to release something. So there are two stages: release planning and iteration planning. Where iteration planning is like in a sprint cycle, 2 to 4 weeks, producing some user stories, and release planning is about the deliverable which is going to be presented to the client or the customer. Okay, and agile we have a story-based planning. Okay, we write the user requirements in form of user stories. We will have a detailed discussion over how the user stories are written and what it covers. So we have for the time we may consider that user story is a simple feature or functionality or one of the requirements of the customer. So we first write the user stories and then we rank the user stories in order of the amount of time it will take to implement the story. So stories are sorted in order of the time required to successfully complete or implement the story. Okay. Then release planning involves selecting and refining the stories that will reflect the features to be implemented in the release of a system and the order in which the stories should be implemented. So uh, for the release we have to decide how much we have to deliver and in what order those deliverables will be completed because there are dependencies within the requirements. So we have to decide the order of the user story depending upon how much they are dependent. And also, sometimes we have priorities from the customer, so we order the stories as per the priority of the customer. Then the stories to be implemented in the iteration are chosen. Once the release plan is decided, a number of stories have been decided to be delivered after, for example, 2 or 3 months in the release. Then we decide the iteration, what stories will be covered in each iteration. So the number of stories reflecting the time to deliver an iteration. Normally it is usually 2 weeks to 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So we will pick the stories that could be covered, that can be covered within one iteration, and again we will try to prioritize, pick the priority stories first and then the others. In case of Kanban, it is more focused. Okay, we pick the prioritized stories first and then go towards the others. In case of Scrum, normally during a release plan, yes, during a release the prioritized stories will be covered uh, in a release, but in multiple iteration of the release, we may have different ordering of those uh, user stories, because in Scrum approach, normally the developers pick themselves. We can decide how much stories we can cover. Uh, seeing there are time to complete those stories, and then the developers pick themselves stories for them to be implemented. So first, we decide a time for each story. We see the priorities, then we plan a release, and then we plan the iteration within the release. For this time, it is enough. Now I'm going to move towards the software costing and estimation topic, and rest of the agile, inshallah, in the month of May. Okay, so there are two types of estimation techniques. One is experience-based techniques, and another one is the algorithmic cost modeling. In general, in Pakistan, uh, the software companies, they go towards the experience-based techniques in general. You will see why. In few minutes, you will be aware of why the algorithmic cost modeling is not so common or usual in the market. So experience-based techniques, the estimate of future effort requirements is based on the manager's experience of past projects in the application domain. So normally it's not only the manager who decides. There is a team of experienced developers and the managers, and they collectively make an effort based on their experiences, to decide the effort, the cost, and the effort involved in the development project. Okay, and algorithmic cost modeling, a formulaic approach is used to compute the project effort based on the estimates of product attributes such as size and process characteristics such as experience of the staff involved. So there is a formula taking different parameters, uh, which are some of the parameters are related to the product, and some of the characteristics are related to the process and the team. And based on those values of those parameters, the formula gives the value of the estimate, how much time will be required, how much effort in terms of man hours will be required, and how much cost, and then we can decide the cost incurred or expected to be incurred in the project development. So in experience-based approaches, they rely on the judgments based on experience of past projects and the effort expended in these projects and software development activities. So actually, you identify the deliverables to be produced in the project and the components that needs to be developed. So you document these in a spreadsheet, estimate them individually, and compute the total effort required. तो जो deliverables हैं आपके या components है जो कि आपने प्रोड्यूस करने हैं, आप इंडिविजुअली फॉर ईच कंपोनेंट कॉस्ट और एफर्ट एस्टिमेट कर लेते हैं और फिर उसको टोटल कर लेते हैं कम्युलेटिव कॉस्ट और एफर्ट को फाइनलाइज करने के लिए. तो दिस इज अ ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल. आई रिमेंबर कि जब सोफा के अंदर हमने सोबान जो कि जीएफ की यूटिलाइज मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी है, सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट सेटअप है, उसका मैनेजर है, उसको बुलाया था तो और इसी टॉपिक पे डिस्कशन के लिए गेस्ट लेक्चर अरेंज किया था कि कॉस्ट एंड एस्टिमेशन कैसे होती है. तो उसने पहली बात आकर लोगों से ये कही कि ये जो हमारे पास एल्गोरिथमिक फॉर्मूलाइक अप्रोच है, पहली बात तो मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि ये किताब में लिखी हुई तो अच्छी है, लेकिन प्रैक्टिकली ये नहीं होती, हमारे यहाँ नहीं होती। बिकॉज लेकिन उसने कहा कि ये उन प्रोजेक्ट्स में तो फिजिबल है, जब जो कि अगेन वाटरफॉल मॉडल को सूट करते हैं, गवर्नमेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, सेक्टर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, और जिन रिक्वायरमेंट्स बहुत पहले से डिफाइंड होती हैं। आपके पास कस्टमर या क्लाइंट भी एक्चुअली खुद ही होते हैं। आप कोई आपको किसी और को डिलीवर नहीं करना होता, और ह्यूज बिग प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं, बहुत सारे बिग स्टेक होल्डर्स इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, तो वहाँ चीज़ें क्योंकि पहले डिफाइंड होती हैं, तो वहाँ तो फॉर्मूला एक अप्रोच लग सकती है। लेकिन इन जनरल जहाँ हमारे पास बड़े फास्ट फॉरवर्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं, क्विकली हमें डिलीवरेबल देने होते हैं, कस्टमर्स भी दे आर ऑल्सो नॉट एबल टू एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंड द थिंग्स, उन्हें सिर्फ अपना रिक्वायरमेंट भी सही तरह नहीं बताना आती होती, जस्ट वांट टू डिस्कस कि हमें आउटपुट कैसे मिलेगा। तो इन दोज केसेस ये फॉर्मूलाइक अप्रोच नहीं चलती है, वी हैव टू गो फॉर डिफरेंट वन, एक्सपीरियंस बेस्ड अप्रोच। और उसने कहा कि हमारे पास एक वॉर रूम बना हुआ होता है, हम जब कोई प्रोजेक्ट आता है तो वॉर रूम में चले जाते हैं, या एज पर रिलीज इंक्रीमेंट्स जैसे जैसे हम देने होते हैं, डिलीवरेबल जैसे जैसे देने होते हैं, तो उसकी कॉस्ट एफर्ट हम एस्टिमेट कर रहे होते हैं, तो वॉर रूम में चले जाते हैं, और वही एक्सपीरियंस डेवलपर्स की टीम होती है जो पहले से बहुत से प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर रहे हैं, प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर होता है, एंड देन दे हैव फायर फाइटिंग अप्रोच, और एक डिस्कशन, हॉट किस्म की डिस्कशन होती है, एंड फाइनली वी कंक्लूड आफ्टर दैट डिस्कशन कि हम कितनी हमारी कॉस्ट लगने जा रही है। Algorithmic cost modeling में we have a formula as we discussed recently. So there is a formula given here, effort is equal to A into size to the power B into M. इन सारे जो पैरामीटर्स हैं मैं इनकी डिटेल में नहीं जाने वाला हूँ, अगर किसी को शौक हो तो आप जाकर ज़रूर इसको कहीं और पढ़ सकते हैं, बिकॉज इसकी डिटेल को समझना इस लेवल पे मुश्किल भी है, और क्योंकि हमारे पास ये ट्रेंड नहीं है मार्केट में। मैं और भी मैंने दोस्त से इस दफ़ा भी कहा है कि ही शुड डिलीवर एंड टॉक इन वन ऑफ हिज सेशन, उस्मान हबीब से मैंने कहा है कि वो थोड़ा सा कॉस्ट के ऊपर बात करें, तो यू विल हियर कि कैसे वो एक्चुअली कॉस्टिंग कर रहे होते हैं। इन पैरामीटर्स को यानी मेजर करना और इनकी वैल्यूज को कैलकुलेट करना, इट्स नॉट सो सिंपल। एक रियल सिनेरियो इसके लिए चाहिए होगा टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ दीज वैल्यूज आर कैलकुलेटेड। So A is an organization dependent constant. B reflects a disproportionate effort for large projects, and M is a multiplier reflecting product, process and people attributes. आपके पास स्टाफ की कैपेबिलिटीज क्या है, कौन सा प्रोसेस मॉडल अप्लाई करने जा रहे हैं, उसके परस्पेक्टिव से कुछ आपके पास वैल्यूज होती हैं, और आपके प्रोडक्ट के एट्रीब्यूट्स जिसमें कि नॉर्मली साइज कोड का कितना होने जा रहा है, इसको आप इसकी बुनियाद पर आप M की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करते हैं। B जो है लार्ज प्रोजेक्ट्स में जो आपके पास डिफरेंट यानी अनइवन एक्सपेक्टेशंस चीज़ें होती हैं, उसको बैलेंस करने के लिए बी की वैल्यू यू कीप हैंडल दोस ऑल exceptional conditions, and A is an organization dependent constant, different values लोग यूज करते हैं for their purpose. So most models are similar but they use different values of A, B and M. तो बेसिकली यही फॉर्मूला है एफर्ट कैलकुलेट करने का, लेकिन ए बी और एम की वैल्यूज डिफर करती हैं ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टू ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। We have to estimate uncertainty. Uh, Uncertainty in all phases. It it's a we can see here कि आप max value और जो यानी कि max worst case है और जो lowest value और best case है, आप दोनों के लिहाज से ही estimate करते रहते हैं, uncertainty को estimate करते हैं, worst case में क्या होगा, best case में क्या होगा, और the thing is कि आप एक average value पर पहुंच जाएं, ठीक है, because there is an uncertainty, there is always an uncertainty in every project. Okay, so COCOMO 2 model is the most famous algorithmic approach for calculating the effort for a project. So an empirical model based on project experience is a well documented independent model कि जिसमें सॉफ्टवेयर वेंडर कौन है और सॉफ्टवेयर किस तरह के आप यूज करने जा रहे हैं, टूल्स मैटर नहीं करते। इट्स टू ओल्ड, 1981 में इसका फर्स्ट वर्जन इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ था। So it takes into account different approaches to software development, reuse, etc. आप different process models use करें, different approaches use करें. It has a capability to estimate cost and effort for all those estimate effort for all types of different variation of the processes uh, involved in project development. So there are four estimation models of COCOMO. Yani COCOMO provides the flexibility to calculate the estimates from four different perspectives. First one is the application composition model. Uh, it covers it's based on the number of application points. Uh, Means what we are going to use, which language we are going to use, what database, and other things. So technical things it covers. It estimates the cost on the base uh, technical requirements of the application. So therefore, we say it's application composition model. How many modules and what type of uh, technical skills and technical uh, technologies you need uh, you need to implement those modules of the components. The second one is the early design model. It depends is based on the number of function points. Initial effort estimation based on system requirements and design options. Again, you decide the milestones uh, and functionalities, and based on those functionalities which we are going to be implemented, which are the requirements actually, and and the modules, because we in the early design model we have a basic picture of the modules and the functionalities to be covered in each module. So this estimation is based on those number of function points when we'll be delivering what thing. The third one is the reuse model. It's based on the number of lines of code reused or generated. Effort to integrate reusable components or automatically generated ones, because if we have some application or some module which we have already implemented for some other application, and that can be reused for the current existing project, so it means it will reduce our effort for the project to some extent. Therefore it estimates the cost. It estimates helps to identify the models that will be reused, so that we can estimate the cost, keeping in mind there are some things which will be reused again, and we don't have to make an effort from the scratch. And the fourth one is the post architecture model. It is based on the number of lines of source code. How many lines of source code are going to be written for the project? So it is actually the development effort based on the system design specification. It is the development effort. So we are going the COCOMO estimation model gives four different types of estimates. One for the application level, one for the requirements and function points level, one for the reusable components, keeping in mind the reusable components, and one for the development effort, that is the lines of code to be written. Okay. Similarly, we have to this was the effort required in the project, and effort from the four perspectives as we have seen. We also have to estimate a calendar time, how much time we need to complete the project, and when the staff will be required. So the people, human resource, we have to estimate the human resource, how many uh, how much staff we have, is it enough, we have to hire other people, uh, we have to give something to the third party, whatever resources we have in terms of human resource, and what much time we need to cover complete the project. So calendar time can be estimated using a COCOMO 2 formula. Again, COCOMO 2 gives another formula for estimating the calendar time for the project, which is TDEV 3 into PM to the power 0.3 plus 0.2, etc. So again, PM is the effort computation, which we got from the previous formula, and B is the exponent computed as discussed above. B is 1 for the early prototyping model. So it is somehow by experience concluded for a prototyping model B, the value of B will be 1, and it could vary from organization to, actually it varies from organization to organization, so the team has to decide themselves what will be the value of B and A, etc. So this computation predicts the nominal schedule for the project. The time required is independent of the number of people working on the project. Calendar time is not dependent upon the number of people, because we discussed previously in case of software development, it is not a reality as much the people will be, as quickly we will be able to develop the project. In case of software development, it is not true. So therefore calendar time is not dependent upon the number of people we have. The number of people or the staff estimation is required to calculate the cost of the project, because as much the people will be involved, as much man hours will be incur will be putting up on the project, as much the cost need to be uh, calculated. Okay, so there is a difference between the effort and schedule. When we talk about the effort, we use hours for calculating the effort, and when we talk about the schedule, we we go on days for calculating the schedule. So you should not mix the estimated efforts and the calendar time. Here are different, because estimated effort is dependent upon the man hours, how many hours you are going to incur to complete the functionality. Okay? And schedule is depend it's over the days, and how many days you will uh, produce a release or a deliverable. Okay, coming towards the software pricing, this was all about the cost. When we have estimated the effort, and when we have estimated the human resource, when we have estimated the calendar time, so now we can estimate the cost also. But pricing is different from the cost, because cost is what we are going to spend on the project, and the price, when we are going to calculate the price, we are going to charge the price from the customer. There are many other factors, organizational, economic, political, and other business considerations influence the uh, price that need to be charged from the customer. Therefore, there is a huge gap between the cost and the price. They're not similar, and they're not close to each other. So it's over the software estimation of software cost and effort. We are not going in much detail at this level. Uh, Again, we have a course at master's level for over the software cost and estimation, effort and cost estimation. For for this level, it is enough. The discussion is enough. You can have queries in the live session uh, or on the Google class. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.